What is going on, High Vibe Tribe? It is your man DeAndre Saxon back for another video, coming to you from beautiful Miami, Florida. Now this is the #1 channel for spiritual based entrepreneurs that want to quantum leap their business, their finances, and their lifestyle to the next level using that beautiful mind of theirs. So OMG, I got a great video for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like button. That way we can get this video out to more people. We want to grow the community. We want to get a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that want to take their life to the next level, but using it with the mindset. And why not be around other positive-minded people, sending you some beautiful energy. That is for you. That is for you, because everything is energy. Let's get into it. So today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 lessons that I learned after I earned my first 25 million, I wish, 25 mil, was it Drake said 25 sitting on 25 mil? No, but check this out. So today's video, we're talking about the 5 lessons that I learned after earning my first $1 million by the age of 25. So right now I'm 25 years old, and I have a coaching and consulting business with the world famous Bob Proctor. You maybe remember him from the movie The Secret, or maybe you've been to some of his seminars and so on and so forth. So we got a big day. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys, but I got a lot to do today. I got a big event going on tomorrow, so I'm gonna be taking you along on my day, because I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. But I'm gonna give you #1 before we head downstairs and pick up the car, because the valet should be bringing my car here in the next couple minutes. So let me give you #1. #1 lesson that I learned was, it was a lot easier than I actually thought and anticipated. Now for some of you, if you're watching this right now, you're probably on your way to earning your first $1 million. And I remember sitting there when I was in Medellin, Colombia, April of 2020. I had about $1,200 in my bank account. I had $10,000 in collections. The credit card companies were trying to call me, but I was in Colombia, so the phone wasn't connecting. So I was running away from my problems, okay? I was just not in the right financial position. And I remember at that point in my life, the most I had ever earned in a month was $13,000, and I did it one time, but I would consistently earn anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And I thought to myself, man, if I could earn $1 million, my life would never be the same. And so that's what some of you are thinking right now is, what would my life look like if I earned my first $1 million? But let me tell you this, family, it came a lot faster than I thought. And for those of you that are, you're gonna have to definitely watch the other lessons I'm gonna be sharing in here in a couple minutes, because as fast as it can come, it can easily go. I love what Jim Rohn says: if you ever get $1 million, you best become a millionaire. So the money came a lot faster, and it came a lot easier than I expected. Once I learned how to tap into my mind, but most importantly, my paradigm, my subconscious mind, the part of the mind that actually dictates the quality of my business. Because remember, your business is a reflection of yourself, and if once you become a millionaire in your mind and in your heart, then you'll become a millionaire in your business and hold it in your hand. So when I first popped off, right, you guys know my story. I went from zero, basically starting off with Bob Proctor on a credit card, to getting over to $100,000 a month within 60 days. And I'm about a year, a little less than 2 years in, about, I would say like 19 months in or so, 18 months. And I've crossed $1 million mark. And one of the things I'm looking back now, first of all, $1 million is not a lot of money, right? It's not a lot of money, especially if you watch the other lessons I'm going to share with you guys. It's not a lot of money, but it's going to come a lot faster than you think. What you need to do is you need to take off the lid, take off the limiting belief that $1 million is hard or it's a lot of money, because it's truly not. Once you literally take off the governor, I kid you not, you can be at a multiple 6-figure income, if not 6 figures a month, here in the next 60 to 90 days. Now, some of you might be thinking like, oh, DeAndre, how am I going to get to 6 figures a month? I can't even, I'm sleeping on my couch. I've been struggling for 5 years. You see, it's irrelevant. The stories that you've been telling yourself are the only reasons that you haven't earned your first $1 million. And as soon as you take off the limiting governor, the limiting paradigm, the limiting beliefs off of that mind, everything will start to happen. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the community, because I put out videos on this topic so you can remove that governor and go out there and quantum leap your finances and your business. So the valet should be getting here with my S63 AMG. Maybe you saw from my last video, got a new car, sold the GTR. And when we get downstairs, I'll give you secret #2 of what I learned after earning my first $1 million by 25 years old. So let's go downstairs. Alright guys, we are back in business. Got the S63 and we got another one. I love living in this building. Yo, we got the Ferrari here too. Alright guys. So let me hop in the whip and then I'll give you guys number 2. Thanks bro, I appreciate that. Let's go. Alrighty guys, we are back in the car. S63, you guys saw the Ferrari in the front. That's the next car I'm gonna get. That's the next Ferrari. But anyways, that's a perfect prelude to the next point, which is number 2, looking rich versus being rich. Now this is very important depending on what city you live in. Like you guys, I live in Miami, so living in Miami is kind of like a lifestyle that comes along with people wanting to live here, right? You can think of like New York, LA, and Miami. They're all in the same category. But looking rich versus being rich, when I started earning lots of money, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands a month or above 50,000 a month, my younger self, I would say like a year and a half ago, I was very focused maybe on maybe it was significance or whatever it is, and a lot of people will come into this, but wanting to show their wealth, right? Call it like new money, especially if you listen to hip-hop music or stuff like that. You'll notice that you'll want to show your money, buying like the Gucci's, the Burberry's, the chains, driving the nice cars, all this kind of stuff, going to the nice dinners. You know, out here in Miami, there's plenty of places where you can go and spend $500, $1,000, $2,000 on a dinner and flex it on the gram, and I was doing all that stuff. But now that I look back, right, and I've spent, you know, my first $500,000, like I don't know where it went. Obviously, you know, as far as like it wasn't all profit and stuff, like paying people out and all that kind of stuff. But you know, the first I blew at least a good $250,000 on just BS and didn't even know where it went. And that's because I was focused on, I wouldn't say focused on, but there was a big part of me that was trying to look rich more than be rich. And as I've transitioned over to the next phase, I'd rather be rich than look rich, because being out here in Miami, there's a lot of people that like to show their wealth, but they ain't really got it. And I want to be more mature about my finances. I want to be more mature about the way I operate. And so that's why I went from the GTR, which I love that GTR, but I put over $25,000 worth of repairs in that car, and I went to the S63 AMG. It's a lot more luxurious, and I think it looks a little bit better. It's not as flashy as the GTR, but it looks better interior wise and all that kind of stuff. And with the profit I made from selling that GTR, I was gonna go get a Bentley, but I thought to myself, look rich or be rich, right? Do I want to look rich driving a Bentley at 25, which I could totally afford it, or do I want to be rich and actually build generational wealth? And so that's why I decided to go with an S63, which is similar quality, and instead I put that, I think it was about $40,000 to $45,000 difference, and I put that into my crypto portfolio, which over the next coming months will turn that $40,000 up into upwards to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. So that's what I meant by being rich versus looking rich. Is it's okay to go out there and get some nice stuff, right? You see this blue interior, like, come on man, look at this right here. I like the nice stuff, right? I'm gonna make sure I'm driving a nice car. I like me some nice clothes. I got me a little chain and stuff, but I don't go overboard, right? I got myself a couple gifts, but after that, I want to look lean and mean and invest in myself, invest into my future, and invest into my business. All right, and that's, but I gotta get going. I'm still in the valet line here, but I think that's the new S63. Or an S class, but I like that. But we gotta get going. We're gonna be putting some new carbon fiber parts on the S63. So let's get over to the custom auto parts, and I'm gonna give you secret number 3 of what I learned after earning my first $1 million by 25 years old. Let's rock and let's roll. Alrighty family, as you guys saw, I got a little raindrop right here on the lens. I think we're good now. I got to the shop and it was pouring rain, so I couldn't make that second note right there, but I got in the Uber and I got a 30-minute ride, so why not go ahead and finish a couple more of these. Okay, so the next one I wanted to talk about was number 3, which is reinvesting into yourself. Okay, that's one of the most important things that I learned as I earned the first $1 million by age of 25 years old. Is, remember when I said you're gonna start having good income, and one of the, especially if you're not, you know, financially savvy, right? I started earning more in a day, sometimes more than my grandparents or my family would earn in a whole year. So I didn't come from a family that had wealth, and so with that came, I had to learn about how to actually utilize the money that I was earning. So one of the most important things you got to do is reinvest back into yourself and into your business. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, said that work harder on yourself than you do on your job. All right, work harder on yourself than you do on your business. And in that sense, that one of the most natural things you're going to want to do is reinvest back into the business, which you should do, right? It should go, but there's a higher level that you're going to want to do, and that's reinvesting back into yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that's operating that business. So it should go as follows. Number one, invest into yourself, right? That's into coaching, into mentorship, maybe into mindset coaching. That's the kind of work that I do. You know, look at the links in the description below where we have a Facebook group where you can get into the community where I teach you how to reinvest into your mind, but most importantly, how to use your mind to take your business to the next level, right? Working on yourself. So that should be number one. Reinvest into yourself. Number two, reinvest into the business. Now that's where you go into the advertisings and funnels and all the other outside external, you know, stuff that you need to scale the business. And then finally, number three, after you invested into yourself, into your business, make sure you pay your taxes. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't learn about taxes, and I had a big old bill that I had to figure out how to do afterwards. So invest in yourself, invest in your business, pay your taxes, and then after you've done that and saved some money, then you can go out there and buy those toys. All right, so let's go ahead and I got a 30-minute Uber drive, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the video right here. So the next one is and I think, is this the final one? Oh, no, you're gonna lose some old friends, okay? So here's one thing that happened to me, is I started earning some money and I had some friends, right? And not to say that I switched up on my friends, but I started noticing that the things that I wanted to do, my old friends didn't want to do, nor were they kind of aligned in it. You know, it got to a point where I didn't have to worry about money anymore, right? So I didn't want to have to operate my life in a scarcity mindset. Like if I was to go to dinner and if I had to spend $100 on dinner, or if a drink was like $30 to $50 for a drink, like I didn't have to worry about that, versus where my old friends did. Now granted, when I first linked up with them, I would pay for their stuff, and so they didn't have to worry about it. But after a year or two, you know, like I don't want to always have to pay for the stuff, for the tables or the drinks or the dinners, or have to be, you know, operate my life based on the money. And so with that came some, I feel like, some jealousy. Some of those old friends didn't want to hang out with me anymore because I started, you know, elevating. Whether it was jealousy that maybe I was doing a little bit better and they didn't like the fact that I changed, or the fact that, you know, whatever it was. But I started noticing that old friends started to dissipate and disappear. But with that, the friends that I did start to have, I had a better connection with. But another cool benefit of also, you know, this process is you're gonna meet new friends that are at and above your level. That's so important, that when you start earning money, is you wanna start hanging out with people that are at your level and above. If you're earning $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, start hanging out with people that are earning more than that. That way they can start stretching your thinking. Remember what I said earlier about my friends, that I was going to places and I didn't have to worry about money? Guess what? Those people that are earning more than you, they're thinking in a similar way, that when they look at you, when you're earning 50, 100,000 a month, they're thinking, man, this guy's only earning 100,000 a month. We're trying to go to the south of France, and just the dinner alone is $10,000, and you're like, shit, man, right? So you want to hang out with those people that are elevating your level. So that was it, and I want to go ahead and hit the fifth and final one. But before I go into the fifth and final point of the 5 lessons that I learned while earning my first $1 million at 25 years old, I want you to go to the link in the description below and take a look at our community, right? I have a coaching program where I teach a lot of this stuff on how to actually elevate your mind and your business to the next level. And whether you want to get into our coaching program or whether you simply want to be a part of the community, we would love to have you there so we can serve you and really build a strong connection here with the stuff that we're teaching. So the fifth and final one, if I'm going to go ahead and look at my notes here, is distractions. All right, distractions with the lifestyle. Now this is dependent on your personality. As you guys can see, I'm kind of a little bit more flamboyant kind of guy, more like urban, I guess you can say, also living in Miami. If you're living in the rules of like Virginia or something, I don't know if you're gonna have this kind of thing, but one of the big things that's gonna happen when you start having a higher income is more distractions are gonna come your way. More women, right? If you're a man, if you're a single man, some of the most prettiest girls you're ever gonna see in your life are gonna start to come into your vicinity, and some of them are not for your benefit. Okay, let me tell you that right away. But also comes the partying sometimes, and or going out and wanting to travel. There's so many things, and everybody has their own way of distracting themselves. But that was one major thing that did happen to me for about 6 months. Is I got distracted. Living here in Miami, you know, there's a lot of dinner parties, going out, meeting girls, dating, being single, right? Obviously, if you're a married man and you're 35, like, these things might not happen. But if you're 25, you're single, you're good looking, right? I think I'm good looking, right? All these different things. A little bit of distractions can come into place if you don't got this mind in check. So you remember, Jim Rohn said, you can be a millionaire by holding the money, but if you're not a millionaire here, you're gonna blow it. That's why you see lottery winners win money, and then years later they're broke, busted, and disgusted, and even more debt than where they started, lost all their relationships, addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, because of those reasons. Because the money comes in, they distract themselves, especially if you don't work on your heart and on your mind, and you don't uncover those negative paradigms and those negative bad, you know, feelings you have about yourself. You'll start to mask those with distractions like girls, partying, sex, pornography, whatever it is. That everybody has it differently, and that could be the detriment of how you can go from zero to your first million, and then from your first million back to zero. So that was the reason my business started to go backwards for several months, and now I learned these things so that way I can teach it to you, so that you don't have to go through it when you earn your first $1 million. So let me ask you guys a question in the comments below. When will you be earning your first $1 million? Will it be at 24, 19, 35, 45? It doesn't matter your age, because all you gotta do is earn that first million. Because once you get that first $1 million, after that it's gonna be smooth sailing, and it's easier to go and scale after that. So hit that in the comment, when will you earn your first $1 million? So guys, hopefully you got a lot of value from this video. Not hopefully, I know you got a lot of value from this video. Hit that like button, that way we can get this video out to more people. We're growing this channel, we're growing this community, and I was honored to serve you on this video. See you guys out. I'll see you guys next time. DeAndre Saxon out.